Iowa, 25 Sports brings you exclusive coverage of Bradley basketball. Tonight, the Braves face the Drake Bulldogs. This Bradley basketball exclusive is brought to you by Coors, the beer with a difference worth tasting. Coors is the one. By Coors Light, there's no slowing down with the silver bullet. By Methodist Medical Center of Illinois, we're here to help. By McDonald's, it's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. By University Ford, the only 5-star dealer in Central Illinois. By Counter, put your money where your crop is. Use Counter. By North Point Video of Peoria and Plaza Video in Morton. By the Illinois State Lottery, play Cash Flow Instant Lottery. By Cohen's, downstate's largest home furnishers. And by Stopper Chemical Company. For Bradley, there are many pleasant memories here at Drake. The most memorable happened a year ago this month. Percy Hawkins' miraculous buzzer beater of a shot helped the Braves to a 69-67 victory over the Bulldogs. Hi again, everyone. I'm Mark Strauss, along with Lee Hall in Des Moines, Iowa, where tonight it's Bradley versus Drake. And Lee, while the Braves needed a miracle last year to win here, they hope they don't have to go as far as divine intervention again tonight.
Well, things have changed a lot since Percy's miracle shot of last season. Bradley's moving the ball up the floor a lot quicker. They're the #1 offense in the Valley. Some things haven't changed. Drake is the #1 defensive team in the Valley. Their defense still strong. It'll be interesting to see. #1 offense, #1 defense.
Meanwhile, this game takes on added importance for two reasons. First of all, the Braves lost at Wichita State Thursday and fall out of a first-place tie in the Missouri Valley. And secondly, the two remaining first-place teams, Wichita and Tulsa, play tonight in Tulsa. So the Braves know that if they lose, they'll be 2 full games behind the winner of that game. We'll be back with the starting lineups in Des Moines in just a minute.
For maximum performance, weatherproof your corn soil insecticide. Use Counter in furrow. Your protection won't be scattered by wind during application. And it's protected from heavy rains, so you put all of your insecticide to work in the soil. And Counter, with its unique Action 3, controls more major corn pests than any other insecticide. For superior control and proven performance, put your money where your crop is. Counter in furrow.
With George sick, I've had a lot on my mind. Thank goodness We Care 65 helped me sort out all the Medicare red tape. The We Care 65 representative explained the Medicare rules and helped me file insurance claims. Method has even had a hotline to answer our questions and special classes on diet, exercise, and medication just for older adults like us. You know, I think Methodist really had us in mind when they set up We Care 65.
A new order is taking over the heart of Illinois. It's the Order of 5-Star Excellence, value, selection, service, financing, and quality, all coming together to bring you the heart of Illinois' only 5-star Ford dealer, University Ford of Peoria. So in your quest for 5-star excellence, don't look to the heavens, look down the road to the heart of Illinois' only 5-star Ford dealer, University Ford of Peoria, 3403 North University, Peoria, Illinois.
Golden Girls at a special time tonight after the game on WEEK.
We talked about last year's miracle. Bruce Mordini must think he needs a miracle to play regularly. His knee bothering him again. He will not play tonight, and this time it's not the same problem with the knee. It's a new one that developed on Thursday.
No, Mark, it's not the same thing as you said. Before, the trouble with Bruce and the knee was the quadricep tendon, which is above the kneecap. Now he's having trouble with the patella tendon. That's right below the kneecap. Apparently he hurt it the other night against Wichita State. He was trying to block out Sasha Radunovic, put weight on it, and it kind of gave way, and he can't put much weight on it now. He's really depressed, and you can't really blame him. I mean, the guy gets back, and now he's hurting again, and he's not really sure if he's going to be able to play again this season. He's really down.
Also joining him in street clothes on the Bradley bench tonight here at Drake will be Trevor Trimpe, who of course split his hand open against Tulsa last Monday, did not play on Thursday against Wichita. That tear went clear down to the first line in his palm. It's still sore. He can't even hold the ball, much less shoot it, so he will not play tonight either. Here at Drake, the Braves have been very successful. In fact, They haven't lost a game to Drake since February of 1984. That is almost 3 years. In that game, the Braves lost 59-56. Starting at forward for the Braves, Jerry Thomas, the 6'6", 205-pound junior from Chicago Collins High School. And for Drake, Michael Morgan, a 6'6", 195-pound senior. Greg Jones, the other forward for the Braves. Donald Powell will not start tonight. And David Dahlke, wearing number 41, 6'6", 210-pound senior from Minnesota, averaging 9 points and 4.8 rebounds a game. The freshman Luke Jackson in the pivot again tonight. He has started every game for the Braves, averaging 6.7 points and 6.8 rebounds. This is Michael Morgan. Earlier, Walter James came out. Michael Morgan starting at center for the Drake Bulldogs. Had a wonderful evening at ISU last week when he scored 23 points. We'll talk more about that later. Here's a fellow who's played wonderfully lately, Anthony Manuel at guard. And he will be countered by David Miller, the MVC Newcomer of the Year last season. He's averaging over 14 points a game. Percy Hawkins at the other guard for the Braves. He's over 25 points per game. And we are set to go here at Drake. We'll be back with the opening tip-off in just a minute.
Bob Grimm of Bob Grimm Chevrolet says, we're not kidding. For the entire month of February, we're giving away at no additional cost a brand new 1987 Chevy Chevette with your purchase of one of our Chevy StarCraft conversion vans.
He's kidding.
Not Bob. It's simple and easy with your purchase of any one of our 1987 Chevy StarCraft conversion vans in stock at our regular list price. We're not kidding. You'll get a brand new Chevy Chevette at no additional cost. But hurry, this unbelievable 2-for-1 sale ends on February 28th at Bob Grimm Chevrolet in Morton.
One unforgettable Saturday at the Silver Bullet.
Excuse me, Bob, please. He's over there.
Coors Light, Lou.
Congratulations, Bob. You finally got a job. We'd like for you and your spouse to please move out of the house. Good luck, love, Mom and Dad. Yeah.
Hey, she's not bad.
And he's not Bob.
There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet tonight.
Today at 35, Sunday at 4 on WEEK.
Our officials tonight here at Des Moines are Jim Bain, Ken Faulkner, and Jim Murphy. The Braves starters again, Hawkins and Manuel in the backcourt, Jones and Thomas at the forwards, Jackson at center. For Drake, it'll be Miller in the backcourt, along with Martin, Michael Morgan, David Dahlke, and of course, Walter James.
We really haven't gone on the road with Bradley too much in the Valley so far this season, but I'm sure it's this way everywhere. This crowd is fired up. They want to get back at Bradley for a couple of losses last year, and as you mentioned, they haven't had much luck against Bradley lately.
Jim Bain puts the ball in the air, and we are underway, and the Braves control the tip. Let's see if they can score first here at Des Moines. It's Anthony Manuel, who's averaged over 10 assists per game in his last 4 starts. That's since the ISU game. Manuel up top, guarded by James, into the corner for Hawk, puts the moves on. Martin doesn't take the shot. Up top, Thomas, out of his range, Miller picks him up. Inside it goes to Jones for the bank that's good, and the Braves are on the scoreboard.
You won't see much from Drake other than that hounding man-to-man they play. We saw him play against Illinois State the other night, and this team is a lot like Illinois State, and Bob Donewald even said that. They are tough defensively.
It's almost like watching the same team. Miller with a three-pointer that's short, and Jerry Thomas skies higher than Dahlke and grabs the rebound. Into the front court, Manuel works it around James, a whistle and a foul on James for the push. We're less than a minute into the ball game.
The missed shot down here by Miller doesn't look important, but it's very important. Miller is in a really bad shooting slump. He, kind of like Tracy Moore with Tulsa that we saw Monday, he's in a bad shooting slump. He needs to start hitting some shots for Drake.
Hawkins hits for Bradley, and it's 4-0 Braves. Yeah, Miller was only 2 out of 10 at ISU last week and scored just 4 points.
Let's hope they can keep him that cold.
Here's James up top. Inside to Morgan. It goes up in a crowd, and blows the easy shot, and again it's Jerry Thomas, but the whistle is on Hersey Hawkins and a foul on Bradley.
Good double pick down low that time by Drake, and they got their man open. And there you see the end of it. Michael Morgan is a big guy. He will push his way around. The crowd at Horton Fieldhouse was really on him because he will push people out of the way for position.
Morgan missed that easy shot. He made his last 7 at Illinois State last week. So he had been on a string, and it's broken right away. 4-0. Only a minute and change gone in this ball game at Des Moines. Up top, Glenn Martin.
Sorry, Mark Bradley in a 2-3 zone.
Drake trying to solve it. Inside to Morgan. Quadruple team, but Dalkey picks up the loose ball. Here's Martin, guarded by Hawkins. Off to James. The zone's working so far. James has the shot. Make it Martin, but he missed. Now Morgan with a rebound, stripped away by Greg Jones. Still loose. And Luke Jackson has it. Walked with the ball, no call. Here's Manuel inside to Jones. Goes to the hoop with it and misses. And David Dalkey, averaging just under 5 rebounds a game, comes away with it to Morgan. And he is hammered on the play by Jerry Thomas, and Jim Bain had no problem calling that one. An easy call for him as they tried to take the sure basket away.
Well, you really don't see Drake doing this too much, but they got the break. It was there. They had the man advantage, so they go with it.
Morgan will get 2 shots. He's averaging only 58% at the line this year. Former teammate of Walter Berry when he played in junior college in Texas.
I have a feeling we would have heard of this guy a lot sooner had a young man by the name of Melvin Mathis not played here so well for 4 years at Drake.
Salvages one of the free throws, and that finally gets Drake on the board. 2 minutes and 8 seconds into the ball game. It's 4-1 Bradley. The Hawk doing it all by himself, and Jerry Thomas with a big slam on the rebound.
Good double pick low that time by Jones and Thomas. JT kind of picked up the loose change after Hawk couldn't make the shot go down.
Here's Morgan. Throws it away, but they say it was last touched by Bradley. Morgan can do it all. He's a former high jump champion in high school. He won a slam dunk championship in Boston while he was in high school. Leaping is one of his strengths.
He's done a great job for Drake so far this season. He's had 12 straight games in double figures, and that was just broken last week by Indiana State.
David Miller out of the ball game. Bart Frederick checked in to replace him in the lineup. David Dalkey with the ball. Hawkins on him, so he gives to Morgan. Who else? Lays it up, and he's fouled. And it looks like he's going to just continue to go in there and take his lumps and also take his shots at the free throw line.
You'll see Morgan out in the corner. Greg comes out to guard him, but he lets him go by. You've got to deny the baseline on that play. You can't let him drive the line like that. You've got to hustle over there and cut him off, make him turn back towards the middle.
Misses the free throw, so as well as he played at Illinois State, he's ice cold here so far. He's 1 for 3 at the line and 0 for 3 from the floor.
Apparently we're having a little technical difficulty with our satellite signal back in Peoria. We apologize for that. We're working on it right now, and hopefully we'll get that corrected so you can see this like you're in person, here in person, which we are.
6-1 Bradley, but Drake with the ball after Morgan missed the free throws. Here's James, outside Martin, to Dalkey in the corner out of his range. Although he's a good shooter, Frederick with a turnaround is short, and again Jerry Thomas is there. He's hit from behind, no call, instead it's walking against Bradley.
That's not walking, that's falling, or being after you've been pushed. Drake did a good job against the zone that time, moving the ball around. Frederick's trying to bang around in there, knock some guys out of his way.
Braves with a 5-point lead, 16:45 to play in the first half. James launches one from the top of the line. And again, a whistle inside. So they'll call everything here in Des Moines tonight, but this one is against Drake.
JT had the position, and Dalkey didn't have it, tried to come in late, got on his back.
That's his first. And it's the second on Drake. The Braves with 3 team fouls already, but also with a 5-point lead, 6-1. Anthony Manuel works it across the line. Coming off an 11-assist game in Wichita, the ball swatted out of bounds. And a bit of a disagreement as to who has possession. Jim Bain says Bradley. Jim Murphy says Drake. Drake Jones doing a little negotiating.
Well, never hurts to be a little friendly. Sure. Little pat on the posterior there.
Jim Bain's already unpopular in Iowa and doesn't get any votes from the Drake fans. Here's Manuel, top of the circle, guarded by Morgan. Over to Hawkins' right wing, back to Manuel, now to Thomas. Braves work the perimeter. Nothing there for him. Just over 16 minutes to go in the half. Underneath the Hawk, makes the double pump move and banks it in. And the Hawk with 4 points.
The pick underneath on the weak side that time freed up Hawk. Drake really hasn't gotten into much of a rhythm, done much offensively. They've worked the ball a couple of times down the floor. There you go.
Hold your ears. The foul is on Drake. And if the basket counts, the Braves would lead 10-1. They do.
It sure does.
Hawkins can make it 11-1 at the free throw line.
Great anticipation on the bad pass by Martin. Now you'll watch Hawk. We can see it. We're a little bit above the court. He takes the angle and forces the foul there. Actually, had he gone straight to the basket, that probably would have been a charge, but he got the angle, and I believe that was Morgan. Got called for the block.
It was his first foul. Hawkins with 39 steals so far this year to lead Bradley, and Drake will have the ball, but Bradley will have the lead when we come back.
Meet some more farmers who switched and saved with Eradicane. Here's Terry Jameson.
Eradicane saved me $2.48 an acre over Lasso.
Eradicane users are getting guaranteed control at a lower price than Dual or Lasso, right, Gary Williams?
Yeah, I saved $3.50 an acre over Dual and got excellent control on the foxtails.
Switch and save with Eradicane, like the Johnson brothers.
Did a better job than Dual on my grasses and at $2.50 an acre less.
He's right, you know.
Hey, Glenn, how you doing? Switch and save with Eradicane.
Taco Bell presents something soft for everyone who's having a hard day. It's our new soft taco, real cheddar cheese, crisp lettuce, and seasoned ground beef wrapped in a soft flour tortilla. So if you've had a hard day at the office, remember, eat softly and carry a big stick. The new soft taco, another great tasting taco from Taco Bell.
Try our new soft shell taco at Taco Bell in Peoria, Pekin, and Normal.
Daryl, it's 110 stories high.
World's tallest building. You ready?
Daryl, are you sure these will hold us?
No problem. They'll take us all the way to the top.
Daryl,
there'll be endorsements, TV appearances, books. We'll make millions. You ready?
Are you sure these will hold?
Trust me. They'll stick like glue.
There's an easier way to reach new financial heights. Play Lotto.
Peoria's only locally produced hunting and fishing show, Sunday morning at 11. Bradley 11, Drake 1. The Bulldogs' only point came from the free throw line and from Michael Morgan. Drake 0 for 5 from the field on shooting so far. The Braves 5 for 7. That explains the big lead.
Braves in a man-to-man now.
Frederick blocked inside, and there's Jerry Thomas again. Luke Jackson, but a whistle, he's called for steps. So the big guy got a little bit excited when he got his hands on the ball that time. And now David Miller will check back into the ball game. Lee mentioned at the outset that he's really slumping. Only 4 points against Illinois State. He was 2 for 10 from the field. That was only the 5th game this year that he didn't get into double figures, so you'll remember a year ago he had 25 points against the Braves in one game. Meanwhile, Dalkey with the basket, his first points of the night, and Drake's first field goal. The Hawk mishandles the ball, but they say it was batted away from him. Not a popular call, but one that Stan Albeck will certainly accept, and Jerry Thomas will inbound. He does to Manuel, to Hawkins, who shoots off the pass and hits. Well, that's one way of keeping him out of your face. Get rid of it in a hurry. And he has 9 points already. This is Miller. Off to Dalkey, a good shooter for a big man. Had it batted out of his hands, regains control. And Glenn Martin handles it now. To Miller. Now James off the pick. Back to Miller out of his range. Morgan inside, spinning, whirling, shooting, and missing. And then on the rebound, we get a whistle against Luke Jackson. He's fouled out of 4 games this year, so he has had his problems trying to stay legal.
Good help that time on the inside. Greg faded in off his man and helped deny the shot. He didn't get the shot he wanted. That kept him from scoring on that one.
14 minutes to play in the first half, and Drake has only hit 1 field goal. They're down 13-3 to Bradley. So far, it doesn't look like it'll take any miracle shots to win this game, but we're a long way from over. Here's James, wide open, moves around Jones, and he rattles one in and out. Hawkins at the foul line, underneath Luke, fall away jumper, a little bit long. But JT is there, and Jin Bain is also there, and he says that Thomas walked on the play.
As always, this Bradley basketball telecast is protected by broadcast rights granted by Bradley University and the Missouri Valley Conference. Any rebroadcast or other use without the express written consent of WEEK and Bradley University is prohibited.
Braves up 13-3. Here's David Miller. Wanted the three-pointer, doesn't take it. Outside James. He drives against Thomas and Jackson. He's short on the layup. Luke with the rebound. Here's Anthony. All the way to the bucket.
He made a 3-on-3 look like an advantage that time.
Blew right by everyone. Those are his first points of the night. And Bradley's 14th and 15th. It's a 12-point cushion for the Braves.
Bradley's still in a man-to-man and playing it very well.
Morgan underneath, completely blows the short layup. And the Braves come away with it again. Alley-oop. But Thomas couldn't get up over Miller, and the call's on Jerry. He got over him, but he stepped on him to do it. No argument for Stan Albeck. And so the Bulldogs will walk up the floor down by 12. In case you're wondering, the fewest points scored by a Bulldog team this year, 49, as Dalkey finally gets them back on the board. Only 5 points for him so far tonight. They're down by 10. Jerry Thomas walked. That's the 3rd time the Braves have been called for steps. And that's too many.
No, it looks like he's getting in a little bit of a hurry, I think, when he's getting the ball.
The Braves are a running team. Sometimes they forget to run and bounce the ball once or twice.
Well, you know, they do that a lot in practice. They'll run their drills and they'll run up and down the floor, and in practice, you don't have to dribble, you know, so they get away with things like that. Not here.
Dalkey has 6 points, a somewhat hot hand. He has 6 of the 7, all the field goals for Drake so far. Hawkins, inside he goes, lays it up, offensive foul. The Braves negotiate for the basket. Will it count? Apparently not.
Well, it looked like a pretty good call. Good position there. I don't know who he charged into. He actually hit both of them.
Drake has scored its last 2 trips up the floor. Here's Morgan. That's been the key. Get the ball to someone else. They're all over Morgan like a bad habit.
Oh, he hooked him bad. Hooked him. He grabbed Luke by the seat of the britches and just went around him and held him.
The Braves have already put Drake in the bonus lead, so it'll be Morgan at the line.
Well, Bradley had trouble at Wichita State. They got beat at the free throw line there. Well, there you see. Well, you didn't see it. You saw his hand coming back. He just reached around and held him.
That's 2 fouls on Luke Jackson. Donald Powell is available tonight, but he will probably be used sparingly.
Here he comes now.
He checks in with that soft cast on his right hand. Sat out 11 games after the mishap at Evansville, and then on Thursday scored 3 points with 3 rebounds. But he was only 1 for 3 at the field and 1 for 5 at the free throw line, so you can tell how that cast is hampering him.
But it's just nice to write his name down on the notes now. So good to have him back.
Morgan with only his 3rd point, but they've cut the lead to 6, and now the whistles continue to blow. Walter James foul. And Jerry Thomas will inbound in front of the Drake bench. Across the way to Manuel. Braves leading 15-9. Manuel puts the moves on James and doesn't put the ball in the hole. 11.5 to play in the half. This is Glenn Martin, number 24. Off to David Miller, 15, in front of the Braves bench. Wants to shoot. Nothing open. Dahlke, 1 bounce Morgan against Powell. Let's see what Donald does. He was faked out. Morgan took advantage of it. That's what the layoff will do to you. Those fakes will get to you.
Now you got to keep your feet. That's something coaches tell you from about 6th grade on.
Drake with a chance to cut the lead to 2. The Braves led 15-3. Dahlke doesn't do it. Powell with the rebound. Here's the Hawk with a 3-pointer. Won't go. A 3 for Miller.
And he's still cold.
Inside, Greg Jones from Hawkins, and the Braves end the drought. 8 straight points by Drake.
Hawk just cut around Greg on the low post pick there. Hawk got the ball turned around. Greg was open, took it right to the basket. Sorry, Mark. Bradley's still man-to-man.
Here's James, picked up by Thomas, now to Dahlke. Stan Albeck shouting instructions to his team as they play defense. And Donald Powell with the steal. But Greg Jones with the turnover. And the Braves will keep it with 9:45 to play in the first half.
No. The ref says white ball.
They can't make their minds up here at Drake, but we do know Bradley leads 17-11, and we'll be right back.
At University Ford of Peoria, we send you on your way with everything you need for confidence and peace of mind. Confident that our 5-star service department has done the job right the first time. With peace of mind from knowing we've created the financing and insurance package that fits your needs and budget. So for 5-star service and financing and insurance that's out of this world, come to the heart of Illinois' only 5-star Ford dealer. University Ford, 3403 North University, Peoria.
Oh, hi, Sandy. It's me. No, I'm at home. The surgery? It was fine. Registering was a breeze, and the nurses were so nice. Why, before I knew it, I was on my way home. And guess what? It didn't cost nearly as much as an overnight stay in the hospital. Would I do it again? Definitely. Outpatient surgery at Methodist is just the greatest. Because now I'm home.
Outpatient surgery at Methodist. Because there's no place like home to recover.
They wait, they stalk, and they shake the desert sands, all teamed together one thing. Win. Bill Elliott and his Coors-smelling Thunderbird. Tom the Mongoose McEwen and his Coors Funny Car. And Ivan the Iron Man Stewart's Coors Off-Road Champion. When the smoke clears, Coors is the one.
Illinois and Colorado highlights on Nightside.
I know all of Central Illinois, as well as my parents, are wondering what happened to the Golden Girls. Well, they'll be presented at a special time. Stay tuned to WEEK for the Golden Girls immediately following the game.
Bradley 17, Drake 11, 9:45 to play in the half, and Drake with the ball. They have shot only 25% from the field, 4 out of 16. James works it to Miller, now to Martin. Dahlke. Braves are all over Drake, playing good defense. Here's James. And it's a 4-point game again.
You talk about Drake not shooting well. Well, they don't really need to. They're so good defensively. They've shot under 40% in 3 games so far this year, and they've won 2 of them.
Manuel with the 3. Anthony bombs away, and it's a 20-13 lead. He has 5 points. Let's see if that takes the wind out of Drake's sails.
You talk about Donald being a little rusty and taking that fake. He's doing a pretty good job defensively, other than that one time.
Thomas with the steal. He also has 8 rebounds, and Jones with a slam gives the Braves a 9-point cushion at 22-13, and Greg Jones has a half dozen.
That's what all those hours of practice in the fast break will do to you. They do those in their sleep.
Drake just has not been able to handle that, and they also haven't been able to penetrate on the Braves at all. Dahlke gets close enough to put one up. Morgan rips down the rebound and cashes in as he banks it off the boards, and it's 22-15.
Dahlke missed that shot, but you can't fly out there after him. You have to play pretty tight defense on him. He's a lot like Brian Riley for Tulsa, although he didn't show his true colors against Bradley. This guy's a big, lanky guy, too. He can hit that shot from outside. He's a threat either way, inside or out.
Jones is blocked by Morgan.
Clean one, too.
And Miller with the 3. Won't go. He was 0 for 5 on 3-pointers at Illinois State, so his sharp shooting has gone awry, and Donald Powell apparently having little problem with that right wrist because he put it full force into the rim for the jam. And his first 2 points, he'll get a shot at a third as he's fouled.
Now, this is the only shot he made at Wichita State the other night, a slam dunk. Those are high percentage shots. You can make those with a cast on. The thing is, we talked to Doug Comer before the game today, Bradley's trainer. The wrist itself, the bone, is 98% healed by now. The wrist is really good. And it's just the muscles and the tissue around there that's atrophied over the course of time that the cast has been on. So the bone is fine, actually.
Donald misses the free throw, but Hawk is there and makes it a 4-point play as he turns around and drops in his 11th point of the night. Doug Norman now into the ball game. Make it Doug Lampy for Drake. He wears number 12, and Miller's back on the bench because of his problems. Another turnover by Drake. Jerry Thomas runs right into Lampy. No foul called. Walter James comes away with the loose ball, and now Drake runs. Not very successfully, although James salvages the basket out of it. 7 minutes to play in the half, and Bradley's lead down to 9. Alley-oop. Oh. You'd think a guy who'd broken his wrist 5 weeks ago wouldn't be hammering it around like that.
I tell you what, I'm impressed. I am just overly impressed. He was hitting 3-point shots before the game during practice, so he's doing all right.
Even if Donald was hurt, he wouldn't let you know it.
Good call. You saw it again that time. Morgan will take the ball to the basket. He does a good job of that, but for the second time in a row, you'll see him hook Donald here. He hooked Luke before. There you go. See the left arm? Go right around Donald's waist. That's no-no.
You know, against Evansville, Donald was hurt very early in the ball game. He knew he had broken his wrist, or at least he knew he had hurt it very badly. He didn't want to come out, and he never showed that he was hurt. So he's got quite a threshold of pain. So even if he did hurt it on those slam dunks, I don't think he'd let us know. I don't think he'd try another one if he did, however, so he must be okay.
There's one.
Oh, Wilson couldn't put it down. He's into the ball game for Thomas, who gets a rest. 28-17 Bradley with 6:05 to play in the half. And Glenn Martin hits from the top of the circle. So the lead continues to seesaw between 11 and 9. Hawkins. Back to Manuel, three-pointer. Yes.
Keep popping them, Ants. Keep
that's
popping
his
them.
second. He has 8 points. Morgan inside against Powell. That ought to be a good matchup while Donald's playing. 9 points for Morgan after a slow start, but he has hit his last 3 field goal attempts in a row after missing his first 5. Hawkins in lots of traffic. Someone got a piece of the ball. Martin got a piece of the Hawk. Jerry Thomas back in, and so is Luke Jackson. Greg Jones and Anthony Manuel take a seat on the bench.
Bradley's doing a good job working the single-double down low. Hawk's getting open. He'll weave through the lane and come around those low-post picks, and he's getting open. He's getting his shots. He got plenty of them against Wichita State. 26?
26 shots.
Gee, man.
And 4 of those were three-pointers that he didn't hit. So he was 15 out of 22 inside that three-point line.
Well, that's about the same thing for the season. He's 61% if he doesn't shoot threes, so I'd rather have him take a step inside of it, I think.
A lot of folks wonder why he isn't a better three-point shooter. Well, if you're the other team, you've always got someone on Hersey Hawkins.
Right.
And if you're standing outside that line, there's a big hand in front of you. But he scores most of his points inside it because once he puts that ball on the floor, he breaks loose.
And it's usually more than somebody. It's usually 2 or 3 guys.
Manuel stays in. Let me correct myself. It's Powell who takes a seat. So the Braves have Manuel, Hawkins, Thomas, Jackson, and Wilson. This is Lampy, but a whistle before the shot. They say he walked. Braves by 12 with inside 5 minutes to play. And we'll be right back.
To get the most from your corn crop, you need maximum performance from your corn soil insecticide. That's why top growers depend on Counter with its unique Action 3. Counter controls rootworms, wireworms, and other major corn pests 3 ways. With proven contact, systemic, and residual control for consistent control and superior performance. Put your money where your crop is. Get Counter with Action 3.
Now at Cohen's, the latest Amana radar range. This full-size radar range with 10 Cookmatic power levels, Touchmatic controls, and digital readout makes cooking a breeze. Amana's exclusive RotoWave cooking system guarantees even microwave distribution, and Amana's 5-year warranty guarantees you years of convenient service. Regularly $2.99, now just $1.99 at Cohen's. You save $100 on an Amana radar range, an unbeatable value from Cohen's.
McDonald's presents Double Features. The return of McDonald's Double Cheeseburger. Sizzling, unforgettable, tastes real good. And introducing double fries, a sensation, a masterpiece. Oh, what? Yes, McDonald's delicious Double Cheeseburger. Yes, a double-size order of McDonald's regular fries. Now for a limited time.
Don't miss this Colosso Double Feature. Double Cheeseburger and double fries for just $1.89. Now playing at a local McDonald's near you. Rated G for great taste.
Golden Girls at a special time tonight after the game on WEEK.
Coming up later in the ball game, we will name a North Point Video and Plaza Video player of the game. North Point Video and Plaza Video will make a donation to Bradley for their scholarship fund in the name of that player. And the guy with the ball would probably be a good bet now. Or even one of the guys on the bench, Donald Powell, might be player of the game if he keeps playing like he has so far.
Dahlke was all over Luke Jackson, and he's charged with a foul.
And he's just not happy about that.
That's the second on Dalkey. We've got a lot of folks from Peoria here. And we'll give you some messages from them.
Take a look at it. Anthony trying to get the ball into him. Dalkey's all over him, bumping him.
Luke hits the first. He'd been having lots of trouble at the free throw line, only 51%. The Dubois from Metamora are here. They want to say hi to their kids, as do the Tanners from Goodfield.
Get in.
And here's Drake with the ball. Down by 13 points. 34-21. David Miller has been almost non-existent in this game. He's 0 for 3 from the field, so he passes up the shot. Great move by Hawk. No one in front of Wilson.
Kind of tough to see, but Paul started that. He tipped the ball with good help defensively at the other end of the floor. Hawk with a good little flip pass, and Anthony got the ball to him. Great help there by Luke.
Alley-oop, a little bit long. Braves do a good job of keeping possession. Into Hawk, wide open. And Hersey has 15 points. And Gary Garner jumps up off the bench and says, boys, let's talk it over. It's 38-21 in favor of Bradley with 3:48 to play in the first half, and the Braves having a phenomenal night shooting. Unofficially, 64% from the field, while Drake is hitting under 40.
They're working that single-double down low with Hawk very well. They're hitting the boards well. Anthony nailed a couple of three-pointers from outside, so that helps the old shooting percentage. They're playing so well right now that everything's going their way. You saw the miss alley-oop. They get the ball back. Playing smart. After the UAB game, Stan Albeck said, we're not a very good basketball team right now. Can't score inside. Still lacking leadership on the floor to win consistently on this level. Boy, since then, they've been on fire. They're 3-1 and could very easily be 4-0 with the 2-point loss at Wichita. A couple of breaks their way at Wichita, they'd be 4-0 since that time. So they've really shaken things up, and I think the main thing is the play of Anthony Manuel. He's just been incredible. He's been the player that I think a lot of people expected him to be right away.
Yeah, he has been starting ever since that UAB game, and the Braves have been 3-1 since. And let's take another look at that last steal. The Braves have a bunch of them.
You saw it there in the corner if you watch closely. Paul Wilson tipped that ball away and ends up hitting pay dirt at the other end. I like to see that. You know, a guy does a good defensive job, comes down the floor, and gets the spectacular alley-oop, or alley-oop dunk. It wasn't an alley-oop, it was a dunk.
Made just as much noise. So far, Hawkins with 15 points leads the Braves. Anthony Manuel has 8. Drake Jones has 6. This is unofficial. Morgan with 9, the high scorer for the Drake Bulldogs.
Bradley's playing very well as a team, but it's so good to see Donald come in and make a contribution like that. He played good defense, anticipated some passes, knocked the ball away, and got the 2 jams, which is always good to see.
How dominant a player is Donald Powell? Well, when he was hurt, he had 22 blocks and led the team. When he came back, he still led the team. Drake with the ball and trailing by 17 points.
And they're not slacking off either. They're working hard. They're setting a lot of picks. They're just not doing anything with them. Look at that.
Morgan tied up, fights through it, lays it up, and misses. He's had trouble like that all night.
And he hooked him again.
Both teams in the bonus, incidentally. Manuel driving to the foul line. The pass to Hawk bounces around. Hawk gets it back and feeds Thomas.
Morgan and James fell asleep inside.
The Braves with 40 points. This might be a century mark game tonight against a team that's allowing only 60 per game. They're 9th best in the country defensively. That puts them right up there with teams like Tulsa and Wichita. Morgan again. This time, though, he's fouled on the play. Or is it he that commits the foul?
I think so. He was applauding the call and then changed his mind. He does such a good job of taking the ball to the hole. Luke got a piece of that. And he fouled Paul going up after the rebound. Lenny Bertolini in the ball game now for Bradley.
Sporting that goatee to be look.
Must have left his razor at home on the road trip or something.
We've got to let Lenny know when these games are on television. Wilson with the free throw. Paul hitting 76 plus at the line this year and averaging 10 points a game. He has not been playing regularly lately, just simply because he's not as good a defensive player without Trevor in there.
That's exactly it. Trevor was doing such a fantastic job defensively, and that's why he was in and Paul wasn't.
Frederick back in the game, and the big guy hits the jump shot. With 2:15 to play in the half, 41-23. The Braves with an enormous 18-point lead. Lenny Bertolini holds it high to Manuel. Boy, for a guy who was having problems earlier, Manuel's really turned it around. Even played 40 minutes the other night.
Well, he was having the weight problem. There's Paul Wilson with a shot. He was having the weight problem, and he was benched. Then when Stan went to his son's wedding, Anthony started against Detroit, played against Detroit very well. And assistant coach Mo McCone said then that Anthony's the key to us having a good season.
Luke Jackson draws nothing but iron. With 1:20 to play, Drake has the ball almost stolen by Wilson, then by Manuel. Quick pass to Dalkey for the shot that is blocked. But Paul Wilson will be called for the foul as well. Earlier today in the Missouri Valley Conference, Southern beat Illinois State 76-73, and Creighton over Indiana State 71-60.
Drake's just not really clicking offensively. They're working the ball around, but nothing's really happening. And there you see Dalkey, the outside shot. He can usually nail those.
And in the corner of your screen on that replay, sharply dressed Bruce Mordini and Trevor Trimpe. Mordini doesn't know when he's going to get back in there regularly, and Trevor's hand's still very sore.
Yeah, we saw them today at the shoot-around. Trevor can't even catch a little lob pass from about 5 feet away. It's really tender. Hopefully the soreness will be out by Wednesday's game at Southern. At least he's expected to be back by then.
Manuel whistled down on the play. But when you're up by 17 points, you can see if you can get away with one or two.
I think it's a good idea for him to try and penetrate. Drake plays that tough man-to-man, and Bradley's setting a lot of picks. Drake doesn't switch. They stay right with their man. You can penetrate on that, as you see right here. But he just goes a little bit too far in there, out of control. And Frederick didn't have the greatest position, but give him the call anyway.
He also did a little acting, because you can't tell me that little Anthony Manuel knocked him over. That guy's a horse. 6'10" and 240 pounds, and Anthony Manuel knocked him over?
Yeah, right. Well, Anthony's he's no lightweight.
He's no Rambo either. Here's Wilson with 1 minute to go in the half, and Bradley up 41-25. Here's a near steal by Walter James.
There's a look at Gary Garner on the sidelines. He's wondering what happened to that defensive team that played at Normal, Illinois the other night.
Jerry Thomas with a turnaround that's short. Marty Gillespie used to coach here at Drake under Garner his first 2 years. In fact, his first year, Garner was the Missouri Valley Coach of the Year.
I asked Marty about that today at the shoot-around, and he said, I was here for 2 years, felt more like 5. Keep it at that. I didn't want to know any more.
Well, he grew up here in Des Moines, so he must have been talking about something else.
Oh, yeah.
Here's Bertolini. Up top, Manuel drives the lane, lost the ball. Jerry Thomas, who's done everything right tonight, happens to be the right guy in the right place, and he ends up with his 6th point. Now Manuel goes to the scorer's table to try and make the save, and limps away. That's just what the Braves need, another injury.
That's what I was thinking. Less than 10 seconds to go. Don't get yourself hurt, Ant. You've been playing too well. We need you. Doug Comer today, the trainer, we talked to him. I said, so what's the word on the injured brigade? And he said, well, we've got 3 guys that can play. He was joking around, but sometimes it seems that bad.
Here's Glenn Martin with a turnaround that's good. And time expires in the first half, and the Braves will go to the locker room, leading Drake here at Veterans Memorial Auditorium, 43-27, a 16-point cushion.
Being a businessman myself, I know how important it is to satisfy customers. That's why I come to O'Leary's.
Can you save money and get better control with Eradicane? Ask John Hoffman.
I switched from lasso and saved about $3 an acre, and I got great control.
You'll get better grass control at a better price than dual or lasso, like Bob Olson.
The Eradicane saved me $3.50 an acre and gave me better performance than lasso.
Let's meet Gene and Nancy Youngquist.
Compared to dual, Eradicane can save me $3 an acre.
Save money and get guaranteed control with Eradicane.
He is right, you know.
Switch and save with Eradicane.
Design Furniture and Systems have created efficient offices for hundreds of Tri-County businesses, from interior design and space planning to product selection, coordination, and accent pieces to their experienced service department's final installation. No matter what your space or budget, Design Furniture and Systems can make your office more efficient through space-saver systems like this mobile storage unit or color-coded filing systems. Design Furniture and Systems. Their professional staff represents a range of manufacturers to handle all your furniture and filing needs.
Now, Ford Ranger has the best price of any leading compact pickup. Only $63.93 for this Ranger S model. Or buy this specially equipped Ranger with 15 popular options and save over $1,300. And now, for a limited time, you can save even more with low 3.9 financing or get $500 cash back from Ford on every new Ford Ranger. There's no better time to buy or lease a new Ford Ranger than right now.
See your Mid-America Ford dealer now while selection's best. Hurry, offer ends February 28th.
Okay. This is Bill Elliott and the Coors Racing Team. Now, you might think we're sitting around here talking about hard work, determination, the winning edge, and all the skill it takes to make a great racing team and a great beer. Nah, we're talking about fast cars, pretty women, and easy drinking Coors.
But not necessarily in that order.
Really?
January ends on a mild note. More on Nightside.
This Bradley basketball exclusive is brought to you by Coors, the beer with a difference worth tasting. Coors is the one. By Coors Light, there's no slowing down with the silver bullet. By Methodist Medical Center of Illinois, we're here to help. By McDonald's, it's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. By University Ford, the only 5-star dealer in Central Illinois. By Counter, put your money where your crop is. Use Counter. By North Point Video in Peoria and Plaza Video in Morton. By the Illinois State Lottery. Play Lotto. You could capture millions. By Cohen's, Downstate's largest home furnishers. And by Stauffer Chemical Company.
Can't beat that.
One unforgettable Saturday at the Silver Bullet.
Excuse me, Bob, please. He's over there.
Coors Light, Lou.
Congratulations, Bob. You finally got a job. We'd like for you and your spouse to please move out of the house. Good luck, love, Mom and Dad. Yeah.
Hey, she's not bad.
And he's not Bob. There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet tonight.
You are first with us, Peoria's first bank. We'll give you more. You are first with us, more than a face in the crowd. 'Cause when we all work together, we'll be standing tall, standing proud. You are first with us, we're the first bank we want you to see. You are first with us.
The First National Bank of Peoria.
Oh, hi, Sandy. It's me. No, I'm at home. The surgery? It was fine. Registering was a breeze, and the nurses were so nice. Why, before I knew it, I was on my way home. And guess what? It didn't cost nearly as much as an overnight stay in the hospital. Would I do it again? Definitely. Outpatient surgery at Methodist is just the greatest, because now I'm home.
Outpatient surgery at Methodist, because there's no place like home to recover.
To get the most from your corn crop, you need maximum performance from your corn soil insecticide. That's why top growers depend on Counter with its unique Action 3. Counter controls rootworms, wireworms, and other major corn pests 3 ways. With proven contact, systemic, and residual control. For consistent control and superior performance, put your money where your crop is. Get Counter with Action 3.
Today at 35, Sunday at 4 on WEEK.
With Lee Hall, Mark Strauss at Veterans Memorial Auditorium in Des Moines, Iowa, and at halftime, the Braves with a comfortable 16-point cushion over the Drake Bulldogs. Percy Hawkins has 15 points, and he leads the Braves. He's 6 of 9 from the field. He's done just about everything he's wanted, but that's not very much different than the rest of his teammates who've done just about everything they've wanted to.
Well, yeah, they've been doing everything they wanted to, as you said, offensively, running picks, and Hawks getting the shots he wants. He will probably be our player of the game if he keeps that up. North Point Video and Plaza Video player of the game we'll name later on. Defensively, Bradley's done about the same thing. They've shut him down. Drake missed their first 5 shots when Bradley was in the zone. They switched to a man-to-man. Drake did a little bit better against that, but still not exactly what they want to do, I don't think.
So with the Braves leading by 16 at halftime, let's hear about something else from Bradley University.
I believe scholarships are very important to students. I should know I received one. Not only did it help me financially, but also professionally. Recently at a scholarship banquet, I met many other students who felt the same way.
I began receiving a corporate scholarship my sophomore year. As you are well aware, college costs are increasing yearly. Now, more than ever, that scholarship means a lot to me. It means that I am going to be able to graduate from this fine institution owing no one. Not all students are that lucky, but through the corporate scholarship program, they will at least owe less. And for someone just starting out with a new career, that means a lot. I would like to thank all of the sponsors represented here today for their continued support of our educations, and to express my hopes that today's students will consider financially helping tomorrow's students here at Bradley University. With your help, we will keep this a winning team. Thank you.
The campaign for Bradley. Excellence today and tomorrow.
Cohen's is proud of Bradley University and all the Bradley Braves. Tonight, Cohen's congratulates number 12, Anthony Manuel.
McDonald's presents Double Features. The return of McDonald's Double Cheeseburger. Sizzling, unforgettable, tastes real good. And introducing Double Fries, a sensation, a masterpiece. Oh, what? Yes, McDonald's Delicious Double Cheeseburger. Yes, a double-size order of McDonald's regular fries. Now for a limited time.
Don't miss this colossal double feature. Double cheeseburger and double fries for just $1.89. Now playing at a local McDonald's near you. Rated G for great taste.
Hi, I'm Dean Grimm. Back in 1920, when Grimm TV and Appliance opened their doors, my grandfather, father, and uncles began to build a reputation for Grimm's, offering their customers fair prices, backed by good service and customer satisfaction. That family philosophy has become a tradition at Grimm's. As we begin another year, celebrate and save during our anniversary sale. Grimm TV and Appliance. We'll serve you better because we care. Morton, Peoria, and Bloomington.
A new order is taking over the heart of Illinois. It's the Order of 5-Star Excellence. Value, selection, service, financing, and quality all coming together to bring you the heart of Illinois' only 5-star Ford dealer, University Ford of Peoria. So in your quest for 5-star excellence, don't look to the heavens. Look down the road to the heart of Illinois' only 5-star Ford dealer, University Ford of Peoria, 3403 North University, Peoria, Illinois.
The first Illinois leader who had an idea to build Illinois through government incentive programs, Stephen A. Douglas. Surprised?
This is Tom McIntyre. Join me as I make the parts of the Central Illinois beginnings fit into the puzzling history of the place called Peoria. Starting Tuesday on Live at 5.
No, the Braves won't need a miracle tonight here at Des Moines, although they got one a year ago. That shot by Hersey Hawkins with no time left gave the Braves a 69-67 victory over the Bulldogs, and a very disappointing loss for Gary Garner. He doesn't like to talk to it about it, but he did to us.
Oh, you picked the sickest moment in my coaching career was when that ball went through the basket. You're talking about, I assume, last year's, that is the shot. I've had two really strange shots that maybe never occur in a lot of coaches' careers. My first year at Drake against Tulsa, and I don't know whether you know this or not, we're 1 point ahead of Tulsa at home, and we're shooting a free throw with 7 seconds to go. The ball comes off the front of the rim. One of my players, one of the Tulsa players, goes after it at the same time, and they both come down with the ball and slam it against the floor. It hits the floor and bounces back in the basket. That was on national TV and even across the ocean some. And, you know, a crazy shot. Well, naturally, I was very happy. Last year's shot's the sickest I've ever been. You know, to lose a game like that with 1 second on the clock really hurts. So I'll always, if I live to be 200, I'll remember that shot.
When I bring up the shot that Hersey Hawkins took last year, just your reaction to that.
Well, it really didn't hit me till 2 days later because the play was so quick. And, you know, we was looking forward to going into overtime. And, you know, you got to give Bradley a lot of credit to make such a plan like that. And you got to give Hersey a lot of credit to make a shot like that.
But, of course, the Hawk made a shot like that 2 nights later when they went to Dayton and tied the game with no time left on a similar play. So that's the Bradley miracle that happened here. And like I said a moment ago, they probably won't need one tonight because they lead 43-27. And we're at halftime in Des Moines. Right now, let's send it back to Peoria for a news update with Kelly Morgan.
Well, coming up tonight on News 25 Nightside, there's still no sign of hostage negotiator Terry Wade in Beirut, but there has been a new twist. We'll explain. We'll hear what one local congressman thinks of the proposed congressional pay raises. Galesburg loses a grocery store and its jobs. And are you holding the winning $12 million lotto ticket? We'll have the numbers, plus more sports and weather for you tonight on Nightside. We'll return to Des Moines and the start of the second half right after these messages.
For maximum performance, weatherproof your corn soil insecticide. Use Counter in furrow. Your protection won't be scattered by wind during application. And it's protected from heavy rains, so you put all of your insecticide to work in the soil. And Counter, with its unique Action 3, controls more major corn pests than any other insecticide. For superior control and proven performance, put your money where your crop is. Counter in furrow.
Early one afternoon.
Where's Lou?
At the Silver Bullet.
Lou, Jackie, comedian. You ever think of having live entertainment? Because this place is dead. Of course you did. I'm hysterical. Look at these reviews. Some of these places are still open. I'll pack them in, Lou.
No. Coors Light does that.
I don't know who this guy Light is.
No, Coors Light isn't a guy. It's a beer.
A bear. Terrific animal acts. I can't get a break in this town.
Did you hear the one about the mouse?
There's no slowing down with the Silver Bullet tonight.
If you don't get out of my way, there's a couple of ways I can handle this. I can go around you, I can go through you, or I can just do what I do best.
Basketball by Barkley. Shoes by Nike.
Available at Brown's.
Whatever your business, there's one place your ad belongs.
Ameritech Bell Yellow Pages.
The complete, the accurate, the original, the one you know.
Ameritech Bell Yellow Pages.
When you're looking for something, when you're looking for someone, look in the book, you know the one. The complete, the accurate, the original, the one you know.
Ameritech Bell Yellow Pages.
Published by Donnelly Directory.
dating disasters on the next Oprah Winfrey Show.
A lot of folks from Peoria here. The Sidlers are here. They want to say hi to their kids. And a hi to Beth, Jennifer, Heather, and Dodie from Mom and Dad. The Weimillers are also here, and we're here getting set to start the second half with Bradley leading 43-27. It's been a big night for Hersey Hawkins, but that's not abnormal. And here is why it's a big night for the Braves. Bradley shooting 60% from the field, and they have out-rebounded Drake 20-13 so far in this ball game. As for the individual statistics, Hersey Hawkins with 15, the pace setter for Bradley. Anthony Manuel with 8. Greg Jones and Jerry Thomas with 6 apiece. And there you see Michael Morgan, the high man for Drake, with 9. Incidentally, Jerry Thomas has 9 rebounds already at the half. So he has accounted for almost half of Bradley's rebounds in this ball game so far with 20. And Thomas has 9 of them.
And he's 3 of 5 from the field, too. He's really upped his shooting percentage since the beginning of the year. He was shooting about 33% from the field earlier in the year. Now he's up around the 50% mark. We talked about David Miller's shooting slump before the game. That continues now. He's 0 of 3, 2 of those from beyond the three-point line. He has no points. And it's really hard to explain. Yeah, a guy like that, a great player, newcomer of the year last year, no points, real shooting slump, just like Tracy Moore. He had gone through a 2 or 3 game slump himself and broke out of that against Bradley in the second half of the game Monday night. Let's hope Miller doesn't do that.
Well, they depend on Miller so much. Had his career high against Bradley a year ago with 25. He also scored 16 against the Braves. And he once scored 24 points against Iowa. That was earlier this year. And to do that against the Hawkeyes proves that he can do it.
He sure can. It'll be interesting to see if Bradley goes to that man-to-man. Hawk was playing defense on him. Hawk not really known for great defense. He plays it okay. If he stays on Miller, it'll be interesting to see if he can keep up that performance in the second half and shut Miller down.
Well, Gary Garner would just as soon not see Bradley come to town. He's only beaten them twice in 10 meetings. And we're underway in the second half. Drake with the ball, but remember, Bradley with a 16-point lead. We'll set the Braves for you defensively. Manuel, Thomas, Jackson, Hawkins, and Greg Jones. This is Walter James, number 22 for Drake, holding the ball, looking for someone to give it up to. Finds Morgan, but so did Luke Jackson, and Jackson's charged with his 3rd foul of the ball game if it's on him.
We really need to keep him in the game. He got in foul trouble against Wichita State, fouled out with 15 minutes to play. He's got to watch himself and can't get him in foul trouble, although they can bring Donald in.
This is Dalkey. Now to 15, David Miller, and 24, Glenn Martin. Morgan is also in there. So that gets you square on everyone on the court right now.
Bradley zone on the inbounds.
Here's Miller with the 3, and he's still cold. Dalkey is there to collect the carom, however, and Drake will set it up. A very disciplined, deliberate offense. But when you're 16 points down, you might have to step up the pace. You can't play your game. We saw that against Tulsa when the Hurricane had to move it. Michael Morgan.
It's important for Bradley to play good defense and maintain their level offensively. You don't want this crowd to get into the game and provide problems that way.
Here's Jerry Thomas to Anthony Manuel, guarded by Miller. Now to the Hawk, and he's fouled by Dalkey. I'm not sure if the fans here disagree with that call, or they disagree with it because Jim Bain called it. He'll never run for governor in this state, that's for sure.
No, neither will Hersey Hawkins. The crowd was getting on him a little before the game. He's an outstanding player. They respect him for that, but still got to give him a few digs. Off the pick.
And Hawk has the Braves' first points of the second half, and he has 17. Ball partially blocked by Jones. Morgan collects it. Puts the move on Luke Jackson and uses the glass. And it's 45-31.
Luke did a good job on him that time, turning him towards the inside, but then he let him get around him.
Morgan with 13 points. He's the pace setter for Drake. And Manuel passes it out of bounds. Greg Jones wasn't sure who that was going to. It was going to him.
Well, I'm not so sure that was Anthony's fault either. We were out on the floor earlier today bouncing a ball around, and I mean, the ball, either you bounce it and it stays on the floor and doesn't bounce back up, or it bounces over the rim. There are a lot of dead spots and equally a lot of live spots where the ball will really take off.
Martin. And Glenn Martin cuts the lead to a dozen. It was 16 at halftime, so Drake creeping back, but still a long way to go. Fans hollering that Manuel walked, and then Morgan fouled Greg Jones from behind, and he says, "No way, Jose."
Speak Spanish, does he?
He might not be saying much at all soon. He has 4 fouls.
Well, Greg's kind of backing in there, and, well, I don't know.
He had his arm around him.
Greg tried to go back out after the pass and couldn't get there. I'm assuming it was because he was being held.
Bart Frederick back in the ball game. Morgan takes a seat on the bench after his 4th foul. They're going to feel that. They might have right there. Hawkins with no one to guard him, but it's an offensive foul, and Stan Albeck can't believe it. The basket will count, and that's 19 for Hawkins, but it's also his 3rd foul of the game.
Well, Hawk ran off a single pick and then a double pick and got himself open, took it to the lane. I'm not going to say anything, though.
A near steal by Hawkins. That foul seems to have motivated him. A 3-pointer by Martin rims the basket. Braves bring it up with a 14-point lead and 16:50 to play in the game. Luke Jackson. The soft touch for the freshman. And now an official timeout. And let's see what this is all about.
Dalkey trying to pick himself up off the floor. He got knocked down. That's why Luke was so open down there. And he didn't have 2 guys in his face.
Braves with a 16-point lead again, 49-33. Dalkey with the ball, gives it up to Martin, holds it high, looks for Frederick, finds him, but so do 3 Braves. Walter James is fouled by Jerry Thomas. Thomas took a step over, just tried to make it a little more of a trip to the basket for James, and the official picked up on it. So it's a 3rd on Jerry.
Gave him a little push on the way.
Martin to inbound underneath the basket to Dalkey. Had the 3-pointer, doesn't take it. They don't look for it.
He had 2 guys in his face, too, down there in the corner. Bradley wants to do that. Part of Drake's offense is to move the ball into the corner. Only a 2, though.
Dalkey, the good shooter from the outside with 9 points. Hawkins feeds Thomas. He's fallen in love with that hook shot, hasn't he?
Sure has. I would, too.
You keep making them.
Hey, that's the great thing about Hersey Hawkins. If he doesn't hit the shot, he's drawing people to him. And that's leaving JT right there by himself.
Back come the Braves with a 16-point lead.
Yeah.
Little lob to Luke, but it's batted out of bounds. Last touch by Jackson. Folks here at Drake haven't had much to cheer about. James thought about driving the lane, did not. Now Dalkey loses the ball, Long pass to Hawkins, too far. Throws up a prayer, and it's answered. Manual to Jerry Thomas. And Drake became spectators on that play. Even the mistakes look good.
I tell you, Hawk can throw anything around in this building, and it's going to help him.
Little bit of rough stuff between Dalkey and Jones. We didn't see it, but before they brought the ball up the floor, Dalkey put his arms up and inadvertently hit Jones in the chops. Didn't know Greg was there. I think Jones retaliated, and then when Dalkey hit back a second time, he got called, and then Anthony Manuel got into the act. It'll be the second on Manuel.
Dalkey was pushing Anthony. They were pushing each other around at the top of the key before the ball got there. I think maybe Greg just joined in on things. We saw it against Tulsa Monday night. Greg's not one to back down from anybody. He more than happy to go in there and mix it up a little bit.
Michael Morgan back in, and remember, he has 4 fouls. Bart Frederick checks out. Bradley's next game is Wednesday at Southern Illinois, and it'll be seen right here on WEEK from Carbondale. So jot that one down on your calendar, and we'll also televise a week from tonight against Memphis State. So your best seat in the house is right here for the next 2 Bradley games.
We get to go to all those games? Great.
I pulled a few strings.
Well, thanks.
53-37, Braves lose the ball, and Miller lays it in. And the fans excited about that, but their team's still down by 14 points. Manuel with a 3-pointer. That ought to quiet him. That's his 3rd.
Perfect from there.
He's 3 for 3, and he has 11 points. Hawkins still the Braves leader with 19, and it goes to Morgan, batted away by Jackson, but they say that Jackson got on top of Morgan. And that's the 4th foul on Luke Jackson. So Donald Powell will take his place on the floor with 14:30 to play in this ball game. The Braves leading by 17, but Drake will have the ball when we come back.
Now at Cohen's, this 25-inch RCA color console with remote control. RCA's XL100 color television with channel lock digital remote control, on-screen channel display, the latest cable-ready 1987 model. On sale at an unbeatable $499. You save $200 on an RCA color console with remote control. An unbeatable value from Cohen's.
McDonald's presents Double Features. The return of McDonald's Double Cheeseburger. Sizzling, unforgettable, tastes real good. And introducing double fries, a sensation, a masterpiece. Oh, what? Yes, McDonald's delicious Double Cheeseburger. Yes, a double-size order of McDonald's regular fries. Now for a limited time.
Don't miss this Colosso double feature. Double cheeseburger and double fries for just $1.89. Now playing at a local McDonald's near you. Rated G for great taste.
We're celebrating our first year in our new facility at Peoria Toyota Volvo. And what a year it was. We shared the joy of our grand opening, went for the gold with the old prospector, romped through the sand at our beach party, enjoyed free air during our cool sale, and dazzled to our 87 road show. And now we're celebrating with $500 cash back on Toyota two-wheel drive trucks, $1,000 cash back on Toyota four-wheel drive trucks and FX16, and up to $2,000 cash back on MR2. It's party time at Peoria Toyota Volvo.
The Facts of Life, weekdays at 4 on WEEK.
They help wake you up every morning, and they've been doing it for 35 years. NBC's Today Show at 35, a look at the Today Shows of past and present at a special time. Tune in for Today at 35, Sunday afternoon at 4 on WEEK. Both teams in foul trouble. A couple of guys.
Here's Dalkey, and it's a 3-pointer. Yeah, the foul trouble reads like this. Morgan has 4 and Dalkey has 3 for Drake. Jackson has 4 and Thomas has 3 for Bradley. And the Braves have not missed a field goal this half. They're 6 for 6. However, Hawkins' field goal attempt is blocked, and here come the Bulldogs. Miller, pull-up pop. Won't go. Morgan collects the carom. Outside to Miller, and they'll start all over again. Nothing's clicking for him. The Braves shooting 67% from the field. Drake's improved to 44%. They had a horrendous start. They were under 40 at halftime.
I tell you, if you're Bradley, you want Morgan coming down and shooting that. Or Miller, I'm sorry.
Here's Miller in the lane, goes through 2 cutters, and blocked by Powell. His 23rd of the season. Now Manuel intercepts the pass. And Greg Jones couldn't finish it. Loose ball, Hawkins. 21 points for Hersey Hawkins.
When Greg runs on the break, it just looks like he has a little trouble keeping his feet in the right order or something. I don't know what it is, but
58-42, the lead back to 16 again.
He just never looks pretty going up for a layup. Not that he ever looks pretty.
I don't think you could ever accuse him of looking pretty. Morgan goes up without the ball, and that's because Donald Powell fouled him. How much problems have Drake had tonight setting up offensively? Well, they only have 3 assists. And we told you about their shooting troubles.
They're able to get the ball inside to Morgan, which they haven't done very successfully tonight. You see Donald getting that healthy hand in there. You might worry about Donald being out there. As we mentioned earlier, the bone itself is 98% healed, and trainer Doug Comer told me earlier today that he really doesn't have any more danger of being injured than anybody else out on the floor. Although if he fell on it, there's a good chance he could hyperextend something.
Or if you're on the other team and he hits you with the cast, Jerry Thomas with the lay-in at the other end, I wouldn't want to be taking that cast if I'm on the other side, that's for sure.
Believe me, he's got it padded in case he does fall on it.
A lead of 18 again, 60-42. Martin opened momentarily for the shot, didn't take it. Dalkey, however, does and can't connect. Walter James has it batted away. Here comes Manuel. Watch out, front row. Great ball.
He's so quick. I'm telling you, he fades in off his man and goes after the ball really well.
Here's James with that jumper. Morgan underneath, blocked by Powell, his second of the game. Miller with the three-pointer. He hasn't hit one for several games.
Let him shoot him.
Drake came into the game hitting 45% of their threes. That's like shooting 68% on two-point shots. Greg Jones and the tip by Hersey Hawkins, and he has 23 points. And he's still under his average.
I was talking to one of the old gentlemen in the press room before the game named Saul. He said he put the hex on Hawk. I don't think it worked. Some hex. Hawk again.
25 points for the Hawkins. And a 20-point lead for Bradley, 64-44 with 11:20 to play in the ball game.
Boy, and you saw that time down the floor how he could turn it on. He was even with his man about mid-court. He and Anthony made eye contact, and he just blew by him.
Jerry Thomas in double figures with rebounds, and here's Donald. Donald keeps waving that finger around, and the Braves keep flexing their muscles. A 22-point lead for Bradley here in Des Moines, and 11:03 to play.
With George sick, I've had a lot on my mind. Thank goodness We Care 65 helped me sort out all the Medicare red tape. The We Care 65 representative explained the Medicare rules and helped me file insurance claims. Methodist even had a hotline to answer our questions and special classes on diet, exercise, and medication just for older adults like us. You know, I think Methodist really had us in mind when they set up We Care 65.
Satisfied customers are talking about Pekin New Car Dealers.
Dollar for dollar, I know we got the best deal at the Pekin New Car Dealers.
We bought all of our new cars from Pekin New Car Dealers, and I'm sure we'll buy more from them in the future.
Buying a new car can be pretty scary, but I feel that I got the best deal from the Pekin New Car Dealers.
These new car owners save by shopping in Pekin. You can too. For the best selection of new cars at the best price, see your Pekin New Car Dealer today.
You can't beat the Pekin New Car Dealers.
Who has transformed video cameras, making them more compact, simpler, more colorful, more fun? Who? RCA, with the new Pro Wonder camcorder, the camera and recorder that uses standard VHS cassettes plus solid-state technology for brighter, more colorful memories.
See the Pro Wonder at North Point Video and Appliance and Plaza Video and Appliance.
Too close for comfort. Weekdays at 4:30 on WEEK.
There you see one of Jim Henson's creations. Kind of a ratty-looking Kermit the Frog. Another one of Jim Henson's creations. His latest, The Storyteller, where European fairy tales come to life Sunday afternoon at 3:30 here on WEEK. Hope you'll join us for that.
A 22-point lead for Bradley.
Kermit's out here without Miss Piggy. I wonder if he left her at home tonight.
She's out with the gals.
She doesn't want to see this if she's a Drake fan.
Here's Walter James with the ball, looking for an outlet, finds Glenn Martin. Back to James as they play catch. Anthony Manuel on him. And the foul's on Anthony, and with Drake now in the bonus situation, Walter James, the junior from St. Louis's Beaumont High School, will go to the free throw line. James is a transfer from Allen County Junior College in Kansas, sat out last year. And he's shooting 84% at the free throw line, and that's the best by far on this Drake club. Has 7 points tonight. Hits the second free throw, but it's still a 20-point Bradley cushion. Anthony Manuel dribbles past pressure spectacularly. Now sets up the offense. Hawkins back to Manuel. Holds over the head against Martin. Stan Albeck shouts instructions. Manuel follows them to Jones and back to Anthony. They try to set a screen for the Hawk, but he mishandled the ball. Here's another. He's as good as gold. Percy Hawkins with 27 points, and in the second half, he's hit 6 of 7 field goal attempts.
Tell you, if you're Drake, you get dizzy running around in circles with him running off all those picks, but he's getting open, and he's been doing it all night.
Incidentally, for the game, the Hawk is shooting 75%. Morgan goes up in a crowd, but he traveled. Down to 9:44 to play. 68-46 Braves. Again, those other Missouri Valley scores from earlier today. Southern Illinois beat Illinois State 76-73. Jeff Harris had 24 as Jones connects from the corner. And Creighton over Indiana State 71-60. And we haven't heard on that Wichita State-Tulsa game that's being played in Tulsa tonight. The winner will have sole possession of first place in the Valley. And if the Braves win, they'll still only be a game out, tied with the team that loses that game. Stan Albeck was trying to decide who he should root for in that ball game. Powell on the block, his third of the game. And that hand looks none the worse for wear. He used the broken wrist to swat that one out of bounds. Stan Albeck trying to decide who he should root for in that Wichita State-Tulsa game.
I think I'd root for Wichita State. You've gone there, you've lost already. They've got to come back to Bradley and play. Tulsa, you still have to go down there.
That makes sense.
Thank you.
70-49. Braves with the ball. Manuel runs the length of the floor, dishes off to Thomas, back to Manuel, lost his footing, no call. And this place is about to explode. Into Hawkins off the screen. To Donald for the big dunk. Hawkins had that shot, but he purposely gave it to Donald to get him in the ball game and get him some points. Donald with 8.
Gary Garner's hot. He wants to... I don't know what he's going to do.
He said he should be hanging on the rim, and that should be a technical. And I think the technical is going to be called against Garner instead. And he'll get his money's worth out of it.
Sure don't like what's going on. I see all kinds of things flying over our head here onto the floor. I don't know. I think he's trying to get the fans and the team fired up. I don't know. It could be a little late for that.
Well, he's down 72-49 with 8:36 to play. He thought Donald Powell hung on the rim. I thought it was a nice gesture by Hawk to help get him some points. He wants to get an idea of how much he can bang that hand around, and I think he's gotten himself a good barometer of that tonight. He's really hammered it, and not on anyone, just on that rim, and he looks all right. So Donald has 8 points. Hawk has 27. Jerry Thomas with 12. Greg Jones with 8. Powell with 8. And Anthony Manuel with 11. 3 Braves with double figures.
And there you see Marty Gillespie, Bradley assistant who was here for a couple of years, a native of Des Moines.
Another look at the foul situation. The Braves with only 1 man in serious trouble. Luke Jackson has 4. Jerry Thomas with 3. And of course, Michael Morgan's been playing with 4 since early in the second half. Dalkey also has 3. Hawkins steps up to the free throw line to shoot 2 technical foul shots. He has 27 points. He eyes it and doesn't hit it. Let's see if he can salvage the second. He does not. That's about all the folks here in Des Moines have had to root about this evening, because even though Hawkins comes up empty at the free throw line, the Braves lead by 33 points.
And the officials coming over and talking to the band. I don't think it was the band playing 3 Blind Mice. It was the guy up in the upper deck there playing the organ. They don't like that kind of stuff. They're touchy about that kind of. Just to update you on how well Bradley's done this half. They are 14 of 17 from the field, 68% on the game, and
Percy Hawkins didn't hit at the free throw line shooting free throws, but he hits the field goal and he has 29. And if he goes over the 30 mark, it'll be the 9th time this season that he scored 30 points or more. Walter James had to shoot it over Powell, and then the tip is credited to Michael Morgan. Dalkey was also up there, so we waited to see who they gave it to.
No, that's an important thing of Donald being out there. Even if he doesn't make the offensive contribution, down there on the defensive side, he's getting up and making people alter their shots.
Hawkins has 31.
And that guy better not ever alter his shot, because everything's going down.
Only 7 times since Gary Garner has come to Drake has a player scored 30 points or more until tonight, and Hersey Hawkins just did it for the 8th time, make it the 9th time this season. Miller with the 3-pointer, and again, off the back iron. Bradley by 25. Here's the Hawk. Back to Manuel. Hawkins, no greedy bird. He's looking for helping his teammates out. And the pass to Thomas is swatted away. Last touch by Drake with 7:20 to play in the ball game.
You talk about Hawks 31 points, the most points ever scored against a Gary Garner coach team at Drake by Steve Middleton of Southern Illinois. He had 36 against Drake last week, and Hawk is almost a sure bet to break that.
Here he goes again, air ball. But Donald Powell intercepts the pass. Ha! No slam, but just as effective as he kisses one off the glass. And the Bradley lead is 27.
Yeah, he handled the ball pretty well with the cast, too. 10 for him.
That's right. He's in double figures.
Great.
Morgan works around Powell. It's good. It counts, and Donald's charged with a foul on the play. And that's his second. The Braves go to Southern Illinois for a game at Carbondale on Wednesday. And we'll televise that here on WEEK starting at 7:30 from the SIU Arena. The tip on the miss is also no good. Greg Jones collects the carom to Manuel. Anthony works it right wing. Dribbling against Martin. Still with the ball. Nice ball handling by Manuel. Passes to Powell. Wouldn't go.
He got undercut a little bit there when he went up, just like he did. Just scary, like he did at Evansville.
Visions of Evansville were going through my head.
Me too.
And now Donald is called for his third. And Morgan will go to the free throw line with 15 points and a chance for 17. And the disappointing realization that even if he hits him, the Braves will still be up by 23 points. Morgan hits them both.
$17 for him.
6:20 to play in the ball game. Here's Manuel, runs into Glenn Martin, and Martin will be charged with the foul. The Braves will have the ball out of bounds.
That's the guy that hit the shot last year that tied the game with 1 second to play here. So
he's sort of the answer to a trivia question. We know Hersey Hawkins hit the shot to win it. Martin hit the shot to tie it. And now the officials hit Martin with his third foul.
Well, they called him for a push. It looked more like a headlock from here.
Well, if you're Drake, your patience ran out a long time ago.
Understandably so. Bradley just done everything they wanted to do tonight. Dominated both ends of the floor.
Anthony Manuel going one-on-one to Donald. He has 12.
You know, in practice, he's been shooting left-handed because of the cast, but there he shot with his right hand and it went down.
Says he's becoming a better left-handed shooter.
Believe it. He's, like I said before the game, he was nailing three-point shots.
So the silver lining in the cloud on the injury of Donald Powell is that he will become a better ball player from the other side because of the injury. He's even learned to shoot free throws left-handed, although I don't think we'll ever see that in a game. That's the fourth foul on Donald. We ought to quit talking about him. Ever since we started, he's been under the microscope of the officials. They'll take him out, and Luke Jackson will check back into the ball game. He has 4 fouls as well, and only 3 points.
Well, they get the ball inside. I think Donald wanted a little bit of a push before they went up, but didn't get it. And he's a little frustrated. I think Don's a little tired. He hasn't played that much, obviously, over the last month or so.
He leaves the ball game with a dozen, and Morgan misses the first free throw. It's 80-55 Bradley with 5:48 to play.
It's really a tribute to Don, too, because when he broke his wrist, I didn't think he'd play again this year, certainly, and probably not until next year.
He has healed very quickly. Only 5 weeks after it happened, he's back on the floor.
I think it's a tribute to him and the work he's done while he's been injured, and to Doug Comer, the trainer, too. He's done a good job, and as well as the doctors.
Manuel with a three-pointer, and that's the first one he's missed. They race it up the floor in a hurry, and they'll have to score points in a hurry. Down by 24. Morgan cuts the lead. No, he doesn't. A travel call on Luke Jackson. Well, if you could say one thing about tonight, it's that Luke never really got his wheels spinning in the right direction, but he didn't really need to. Everyone else has done well enough that his tough night hasn't been tough on his teammates. Dahlke on the rebound. He's long on the shot. Here's Hawkins. 31 points for Hawk. His career high was 37 at Michigan in the season opener, but he hasn't gotten greedy. Ever since he crossed the 30 plateau, he's been dishing it off to everyone else. Mostly Anthony Manuel. I think he likes seeing Anthony score. This time Anthony tries to set up Hawk and throws it right into the arms of a Drake player. And then Thomas tried to steal it as the Bulldogs raced up the floor in a hurry, and the ball goes off him and out of bounds. Drake will hang on to it with 4:43 to play. Into the ball game for Bradley, Paul Wilson. He replaces Jerry Thomas. And for Drake, Terry Robinson, a 6'8", 200-pound freshman from Chicago's vocational high school. That's the same high school that David Miller went to. Now James is fouled from behind by Paul Wilson.
He's going to get an earful. He knows not to. If the guy beats you, don't reach around like that. But it doesn't matter, does it? Not now.
Not anymore. Bradley by 24. James could not slice that lead anymore. And it's garbage time in Des Moines. Here's the Hawk. Fakes the shot. Double teamed out to Manuel. Guarded by Glenn Martin. Puts the moves on Martin. Picks up his dribble to Wilson. Back to Manuel. Here's the Hawk. Underneath to Luke. Tough shot. He's blocked by Robinson. 4 minutes to play. Bradley by 24. Miller fakes the three. To Morgan inside. Partially blocked by Jones. Couldn't connect on his own rebound. And the ball belongs to Bradley, says Ken Faulkner.
Morgan's still doing a good job, even though the game is all but over. He's still doing a good job of fighting his way into the middle.
Pass to Luke, a sloppy one by Manuel. Robinson steals it. Watch out. Donald Powell hung on the rim and didn't get called, so David Miller thought he'd give it a try. 7 points for him. He's been averaging 14 plus per game, so he has been much less than himself tonight. Hawk shot bounds over the backboard, and that automatically turns it over to the Bulldogs.
Break a lot of shooting slumps if you get one of those every now and then. At least your percentage will go up. You're not shooting any better.
Braves lead it 80-58 with 3:10 to play. Another miss by Drake. Here's Jones. Outlets to Manuel. Anthony's held the ball so long you'd think it had his name on it. He's really worked it here in the second half. Hawkins fakes the shot. Back to Manuel. He says, take a three. His fourth three. He's 4 out of 5 tonight, and that's 14 points for Anthony Manuel. Our thanks to Tom Sargent of Bradley University for helping us out with statistics tonight. He's done a good job. Robinson on the miss. Hawkins on the rebound. Manuel with the ball. .220 left. Paul Wilson and Greg Jones couldn't connect on the short jumper. The ball batted out of bounds, and Drake will have it. And now the wholesale substitutions. Drake sending in Doug Nauman, Doug Lampy, and Bart Frederick. The Braves with Len Bertolini into the ball game. Percy Hawkins goes out with 31 points, so he's through for the night. Gets a glad hand from his teammates. And there's Keith Berry, who checks in. The 6'9" senior. Greg Jones will call it quits for the night.
You didn't see it, but when Hawk went over to the bench, Marty Gillespie got up and shook his hand and gave him a little pat on the rear. This was an important game for Marty, being an assistant coach for Gary Garner. This is bragging rights for him and an important win. Probably more for him than anybody on the team.
Doug Nauman hit that last basket for Drake, which incidentally felt that it had to win this game to have any shot at a Missouri Valley title. Nice fake on Nauman, and the pass to Bertolini. Now back to Manuel for his 5th three-pointer.
5 for 6.
Look at Anthony doing a little dance back there in the backcourt. Put him on dance fever. A three-pointer for Walter James. 86-63 with a minute and a half to play.
Now, you know, the football guys get to do a little jig in the end zone after they catch a pass, and he scored about 2 touchdowns with all those threes he shot. Paul Wilson there on the nice drive to the hoop.
Here's James, another three-pointer. They're throwing him up now.
Oh, he walked.
I think he walked, but they didn't call him. Robinson. And we're down to a minute to go. And the clock can't tick fast enough for Gary Garner. Back to Wilson, a three-pointer. Doug Lampe with the rebound. Down to 50 seconds. In the final minute, they even count tenths of a second here. They won't need those. 88-66. Robinson short. Rebound, Luke Jackson. Luke and Keith Berry there to help grab that one. A couple of big birds. Look at Anthony Manuel pounding the dribble. The Braves will win and run their Valley record as Bertolini hits the jumper to 5-2 and be only a game out of first place. Bart Frederick throws it right to Bertolini. 15 seconds. Lenny throws it up and hits. 92 for the Braves with less than 10 seconds to play. And the Bradley bench loves that one. Anthony Manuel gets a hand from his teammates, leaves the game with 17 points. That's 2 under his career high, which he has accomplished twice this season. And Mike Cash is also in the game for the Braves. A lot of handshaking going on the Bradley bench. Even athletic director Ron Ferguson over slapping high fives with his players. 5 seconds to go. Lampe throws up a partially blocked shot. 1 second. Wilson didn't beat the buzzer, but he added the exclamation point, and the Braves beat the Drake Bulldogs here at Veterans Memorial Auditorium in Des Moines, 92-66. That's the 3rd time in the last 4 games the Braves have scored over 90 points. And we'll be back to wrap it up from Des Moines in a moment.